अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Jai Ma. We are discussing Shri Anandamayi Maa's Swakriya Svarasamrita. We had two classes. In the last class, we discussed about the purpose of Vedanta, why we should study Vedanta or such texts, and it seizes the sorrows with its cause, the deep-rooted avidya, the deep-rooted not self in us, which is the cause of all our sorrows, all the ups and downs of our mind. It gets seized through Vedanta, through the study of Vedanta. And what it achieves? We achieve the joy absolute, the ananda, the happiness. And after that, there is no ups and downs of our mind. We take life as it is and we move forward with life. Vedanta does not mean to live our life. It means to be in our life, to be in our daily chores, to be in what we are doing right now, but being unattached, being the other from that work, and live the life joyfully as it should be. So, first up, we discussed that Sri Anandamayi Maa is saying that these words, whenever someone asks a question and Ma answers it, it is herself to herself. The answer and the question is herself to herself. There is no questioner, there is no question, and there is no question. What remains is her joy alone. So there is no dichotomy, there is no plurality, and there is Ma alone. This we need to understand from the absolute standpoint of Vedanta. There is Atman alone, which is the I, and that I is enabling everything. The duality, the question, the answer, even the not self, even the avidya, even the maya. We are not able to see the sun because of clouds covering the sun. But in whose light we see the clouds? It is the sun's light alone. So we can't see the sun, which does not mean the sun is not there. The sun is there. Only our vision is blocked. But the blocked vision is also seen in sun's light alone. If there is no light of sun, we cannot see the clouds. So that is what herself to herself from the absolute standpoint, from the Atman's standpoint, there is no duality. And what we are seeing duality, it is enabled by that consciousness alone. So this is what Ma is saying. How to achieve it? Ma gave us a sadhana that everything what is happening, every duality what we are seeing, every action we are doing, everything which we are taking as an instrument for that action, everything on which we are acting upon is Bhagwan and Bhagwan alone. This notion we should keep in our mind. This is what Ma gives us the sadhana to realize the ultimate truth. Also, Ma pointed out that Whatever changes we saw in Ma's body, the physical changes, the mental changes of Ma, the khyal of Ma, the moods of Ma, is Ma alone. She has transcended the modifications of this body, of this world, and there is Ma alone. Even the modifications are that alone. When we see a dream, the dreamer is also me. The dreamer, I, is also me in the dream, who is saying that I am, and who is dreaming. That is also me. The people in the dream is also me. The place in the dream is also me. Everything is me. My mind alone, which is projecting the dream. So one mind has become the all. So the modifications of this body, of this world, everything that consciousness alone has become. So we see many modifications in our body. Like when we were young, we grow, we go to our old age, many bodily changes. It is said that a cell in our body changes, dies in 8 years' time. In 8 years' time, every cell of our body becomes new. So all those modifications are Ma alone. This is where we stopped. Moving forward, preface, page number 2. When pointedly asked about her physical body, she asserts clearly that it is not the result of past actions. According to Shastras, the birth of any being is subject to past karma, and this rule is inviolable. Therefore, she does not come under the category of being. She replies, in respect of this body, whatever you say, it is that. This means that our understanding being confined within the limitation of the intellect, how are we to grasp that which is beyond intellect? Ma says, who is going to comprehend him unless he allows himself to be comprehended? And when he allows comprehension, it is he who will be realized. I mean, reading these portions of this book, it just makes me speechless. It will make anyone speechless because Ma is pointing out to that absolute and absolute alone, where there are no words, nothing. So even if anyone try to explain what Ma has said, it cannot happen. When a child points, when a child asks his father or his mother, where is the moon? The father and mother can only point the moon. That look there in the sky, the moon is. They cannot touch the moon. It's just the finger that points. Words are just pointers. Adi Shankaracharya ji says, Lakshyate natu uchyate. It is being pointed, not touched. Pointer is not the pointed. So coming back, let's just try to at least intellectually understand what Ma is pointing out. When asked about her physical body, she says that it is not the result of any karma. We get our body because of our past actions. Why? Because the individuality is there, the jiva is there. Now, to give this a perspective, because the jiva is there, that is why past actions are. It is like because the anchor is there, that's why the ship can be bound on the shore. If the anchor is not there, if the jiva, the individuality is not there, how you can bind the ship or the karma? Karma is always there when the individuality is there. Because see, karma is inert. An inert thing takes a conscious substratum to exist. That conscious substratum is the individuality, is the individual, is the jiva. So our body is due to that anchor is there. That is why our past karmas are sticking around it. But with Ma, the anchor is not there. The individuality, the jiva bhava is not there. So karma cannot stick around. And that is how Ma says that this body, Ma's body, is not produced or did not get birth due to her past actions. Because there is no past actions for her. As I said, actions can only exist when the jiva, the individuality is there. The ship can be bound only when the anchor is there. The anchor is the jiva. The ship is the karma, is the past actions. So there is no past actions with Ma. So Ma does not fall under this category of being. Very important. And that is why we say that Ma is still there. She is all pervading. Because when she was in the body, she was the same. When the body fell, or we see that Ma's body has fallen, and we have put a samadhi in Haridwar. See, death is also a change of the body. The body falls, the jiva is there, the the individual is there. With respect to jiva, when the body falls, he or she gets another body. It is said in Aitreya Upanishad that even before dying, jiva takes up another body. So, but with Ma, this was not true because she is not, because of her past actions. So karma is not there. So even before Ma's body was born, Ma was that. When the body was there, Ma was that. And when the body fell, Ma still is all pervading consciousness, existence, bliss, absolute. Let's look, let's give it an example. Before the mirage existed, desert was there. When I see the mirage, the desert is still there without any modification. And when the mirage ceased, when I inquired that if there is water or not, and the inquiry and the result of the inquiry was that there is no water, it's a mirage. Even then, the desert was still the same. In between, what was appearance was not true, and that is why it never existed. The desert did not get wet because of the mirage water. The desert was as it is before the mirage, during the appearance of the mirage, and after the appearance ceased. One cannot be convicted because he or she committed a crime in her dream. Before the dream, during the dream, after the dream, the individual is the same. So the same goes with Ma. Before, during, and after, that all pervading consciousness, existence never changes. And that is why, even after the fall of the body, from our perspective, her body has fallen, she still exists in the same form. Nothing has changed. She was, is, and will be there, absolutely unchanged. And that is why Ma gave here an option. In respect of this body, means Ma is referring to her body. Whatever you say, it is that. Because in appearance, whatever you see is an appearance. In dream, whatever you say, the people in the dream, the I in the dream, the place in the dream, everything is mind alone, the individual alone. So whatever you say, it's you. There is one mind projecting it all. So even the dreamer I is I, the you in the dream is I, the they in the dream is I, the them in the dream is I, the place where the dream is happening is I. So whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Wherever you point, you are pointing to the absolute consciousness. In terms of the dream, it is the reflected consciousness. But when it is said about Brahman or the absolute or Ma, which is the same, which are the same, anywhere you point, it is Ma and Ma alone. Who else is there? This means that our understanding being confined within the limitation of the intellect, how are we to grasp that which is beyond intellect? Intellect is limited, and that is why it gives a limited idea and tries to objectify everything. Today, when we learn about Vedanta and we speak about Atman, Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, etc., which cannot be objectified, which is the very subject, still we objectify it. First, we know Atman as an object. Okay, there is something which is Atman. Okay, it is I because it is the I, it is the absolute I because the Upanishads, the scriptures are saying so. It it may be. This is how we understand in the intellect. Because we are trying to get that absolute, that subject through our intellect, which itself is an object. An object cannot see the subject. To give an example, if I have a torch or a flashlight, say it has a battery in it, at no point of time the bulb of that torch or the bulb of that flashlight can see its own batteries at no point of time. Even if I open the batteries, I cannot see the torch, the bulb of the torch cannot see the battery if I take out the battery and try to switch on the light in front of those batteries. It cannot see. The bulb of the torch cannot see the batteries in it at any point of time. So the object cannot see the subject at any point of time. The dreamer eye cannot see the waker eye at any point of time. The dream which I saw yesterday night, in that I was present, of course, because it was my dream. Now that the dreamer eye, now I am awake. So now that dreamer eye cannot come and tell to me, hi, I am that dreamer eye. So at any point of time, the object cannot see the subject. And when we start learning Vedanta, then what happens is we are trying to see that subject with an objectified intellect, which is okay, it is a process, but we need to understand this. It's a part of the process, which does not mean that we should leave studying, because first we need to get it intellectually, then it will seep in. and then we will realize that Supreme Self. So, at no point of time, this limited intellect can see that subject, that real I. So, someone asks, how are we to grasp that which is beyond intellect? Ma says, who is going to comprehend him unless he allows himself to be comprehended? It is he who shows you. In Bhagavad Gita also Shri Krishna says this, that I give them buddhi. Buddhi there means I give them realization. And when he allows comprehension, it is he who will be realized. Means at this point of time also, he is only trying to realize himself, because as Ma says, herself to herself, there is no plurality. So the trying is also he alone. Get this point. Very important. It is that supreme consciousness is me who is trying to realize the self. The self means himself. In the dream, it means in the dream, the dreamer I is trying to wake up in the real sense. In the real sense, wake up. Not that in the dream you see the I sleeping and he is trying to wake up. No. So when he allows comprehension, it is he who will be realized. Very, very, very important point. We can spend classes after classes on this. And very beautiful. Moving forward, the present volume deals in detail with asana pranayama mantra and its significance. The volume 4, which we are reading, deals with asana pranayama mantra and its significance, the Kriya Yoga part. She was the universal consciousness everywhere, including stone and wood, etc., and as forms of vibration in everything all the time. Here it should be she is the universal consciousness. Here it is written she was the universal consciousness. Consciousness never was, it is. It is the only is, it is the present. So she is the universal consciousness everywhere, including stone and wood, etc., means all the forms we see, different forms we see, and everything of it. Not only forms, the vibration in every time, all the time. Vibration can be taken as thoughts, the thoughts we experience, the thoughts we see, the thoughts that come to our mind. It is that and that alone, because thoughts are arising from that consciousness. And as I said, the dream, everything is I alone. So even the thoughts, everything is Ma and Ma alone, consciousness and consciousness alone. After this is after this moving forward, after this is self-initiation, play of different mantras, the worship of various vigrahas, the images for worship. She herself being in fact in those forms. Whatever we worship, whatever mantra we take, whatever japa we do, whatever sadhana we do, whatever worship we do, whatever idol we worship, everything is that consciousness. Then why idol worship is prescribed for a sadhaka, for a seeker? It is because our mind is not that subtle, and our mind tends to hold a gross. So it is better to hold a good gross than a bad gross. Bad in the sense of a seeking perspective, seeker perspective, bad. So, a idol worship or a mantra, a japa, stops the seeker, the seeker's mind to go haywire, to stray from the path. It just binds the mind in one direction, in one discipline. So that is why it is proposed. But we need to remember that everything we take up sadhana, everything, it is that consciousness alone, which is Ma herself. Her play with all these forms of sadhana in her self emanated khyal and the declaration of her swarup as Purna Brahma Narayan. She worshipping the primordial energy being herself the same as Guru, Shishya, Ishta, manifestation of different hue of lights everywhere. The manifestation of Shishya, a Guru, Ishta Devata, everything. It is her play, it is Ma's play, it is just her Leela, her play. The play of infinite sadhanas in Ma was actually completed at the village of Bajitpur in Bangladesh over a period of 8 months. All this is covered in this volume. She completed all her sadhana, all her play in 8 months of time in her village, Bajitpur, which is in Bangladesh, which is covered in this book. We shall see it. Let's dig into the point of the play part. Everything is a play. A guru, a shishya, ishta, everything is a play for Ma. How? Let's tone down a bit and refer Bhagavad Gita, where Sri Krishna says, Guna Guneshu Vardante. Every action which is done, which is performed, which is acted upon, every action means, and every aspect of an action is one guna playing with another guna. Gunas means sattva, rajas, and tamas. Now, think about it. A police is having a conversation with a criminal. What is it? It is basically a police who can be termed as rajas is talking to tamas. Think about it. I am in action means I am in rajas. I am doing something, say worshipping. Now my rajas is interacting with sattva. Every action you can think about it. Every action, everything, whatever you think about it, it is one guna playing with another guna. So that is what Ma is referring here. All sadhanas, everything is a play of nature. The three gunas can be also referred as nature, prakriti, which is just a play. And nature is also her swarupa. So even the guru, the shishya, the ishta, everything, it is that consciousness and consciousness alone. What we are seeing is a play of gunas, of nature, and that's it. And it's an appearance, it is not real, it is not the truth. How it is appearance, how it is not the truth, we shall discuss in this book only when when the topic will come. We will dig into it. So, with this, the preface ends. In the next class, we will start with chapter 1. There is a list where what is there in each of the chapters. There is there, that is there. We shall skip it because we will actually see the chapters. Next is introduction. We will read it in the next class, and then we will move to chapter 1, Jema. With the Shanti part, we will end this session. Thank you for watching. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ थैंक यू